Hello and welcome to this exciting journey, where we will explore the life and wisdom of a man who has achieved remarkable success in both wealth and thought. I'm talking about Naval Ravikant, whose ideas and experiences offer us a fresh perspective on how to balance money and wisdom. Naval isn't just a highly successful entrepreneur and investor, he's also a philosopher who constantly searches for answers to life's deepest questions. In this book, we'll learn how he achieved that balance and how we can apply his insights to improve our own lives. Wouldn't you like to know how money can lead to freedom rather than just being a measure of wealth? Or how a peaceful mind is the true source of happiness? Naval's teachings encourage us to create our own path, fulfill our dreams, and stop comparing ourselves to others. He firmly believes that real wealth lies in time and freedom, not just in material possessions. So, let's embark on this enlightening journey with Naval Ravikant, opening our minds to new ways of seeing and understanding life. Welcome to Spoken Quora. Here, we provide concise summaries of impactful books, distilling their key insights into bite-sized wisdom. Join us as we explore powerful ideas and teachings that can inspire and enrich your life. Let's dive into the world of knowledge together. Now, let's begin. In a world where millions of people are living their lives, the internet has provided us with unprecedented opportunities, something that was unimaginable before. It has become a magical tool that allows us to connect with anyone, anywhere, anytime. You're no longer limited to the people around you. You can speak with your life partner, friends, or business associates from any part of the world, at any time. This digital era has transformed the way we live and work. The internet has opened up countless opportunities, especially for those who want to break free from the traditional boundaries of a 9-to-5 job. Today, you can work from any corner of the world with just a laptop and an internet connection. While this new freedom is a blessing, it also presents us with a unique challenge: how to make the right choices in a world full of endless options. Whether it's deciding which city to move to, who to marry, or what career path to pursue, making the right decisions is one of life's biggest challenges. To make better choices, it's essential to rely on your core values and principles. Our brains, which evolved in small communities centuries ago, aren't always equipped to handle today's overwhelming number of options. Back then, our ancestors made decisions based on necessity and survival, but now, the abundance of choices can leave us feeling confused and uncertain. Whenever you're faced with a big decision, like changing cities or accepting a new job, it can alter the course of your life. Even a wrong choice in relationships can waste valuable time and energy. That's why mastering the art of decision-making is crucial. One simple and effective tool is the rule of thumb. If you find yourself confused or uncertain about a decision, the answer may be no. While we can't predict the future, it's essential to trust the voice of your heart. If you're weighing the pros and cons and still feel unsure, it might be a sign that the choice isn't right for you. This rule can save you time and prevent future regret. Beyond decision-making, it's also important to maintain a positive outlook and learn from every experience. Every challenge brings a new opportunity, and with the right mindset, we can make our lives more fulfilling and successful. Life's uncertainties are its greatest truths, and learning to embrace them is the key to mastering decision-making. Every day is a new chapter, and it's up to us how we write it. So listen to your heart, chase your dreams, and savor each moment. After all, that's the real meaning of life. True wealth isn't just tied to money, but to the freedom to live life on your own terms. It is also closely connected to how we think. Our thoughts, feelings, and attitude towards life play a huge role in how we perceive and handle wealth. When we get jealous of others' success or constantly compare ourselves to them, we fall into negative thinking. This kind of mindset can prevent us from collaborating with people who are better than us and from whom we can learn. If your goal is true financial success, the key is to compare yourself only with your past self and focus on continuous self-improvement. Our social needs also influence our decisions. We often worry about what others think of us. But if we keep trying to present ourselves as better than others, it weakens the foundation of our relationships. Real relationships are built on honesty, cooperation, and mutual understanding, not competition or showmanship. In society, we tend to play two main games, the game of money and the game of status. In the game of money, money is seen as a tool to solve financial problems and gain freedom to pursue our dreams. However, many people mistakenly believe that money is everything and get trapped in the thought that money is life. The game of status, on the other hand, is much older. It's about trying to elevate our social standing in the eyes of others. This game often breeds negative attitudes and unnecessary competition, as it's a zero-sum game, someone must lose for another to win. However, the game of money doesn't have to be like that. Successful people understand that in the world of finance, it's possible to win without anyone else losing. They surround themselves with others who also recognize that the game of money is a win-win situation. Money can give you freedom, it provides the time and resources to achieve your goals in life. But always remember, money cannot buy everything. It can't buy health, genuine love, or inner peace. Using money wisely can help you overcome obstacles, but don't let it become your sole focus. Even the Buddha was born a prince, but he used the freedom wealth gave him to pursue meditation and spiritual growth. This shows that money is a tool, not the destination. If we don't understand this, money can easily turn into a form of bondage rather than a source of freedom. Money, in itself, is not the root of evil, it's neither good nor bad. It's all about how we use it. Some people see money as the end goal and get caught up in greed. This mindset is harmful. If you always chase more money, you'll never feel like you have enough. Greed creates a cycle of dissatisfaction that's hard to break. The way out of this trap is to keep your lifestyle simple, even as your income grows. When you earn more but keep your expenses under control, you can achieve financial freedom. Constantly upgrading your lifestyle only creates more problems, and soon, you'll find yourself needing to earn money faster just to keep up. Happiness, just like wealth, is something that can be learned. It's not something that just happens, it's a skill that improves with time and practice. Much like nutrition, exercise, or financial management, happiness requires effort. But where do you start? Practice doesn't just mean trying and failing repeatedly. First, you need to understand what works for you and what doesn't. This requires experimenting with different activities. When you calm your mind and focus on the present, true happiness can emerge. The path to happiness is different for everyone. Yoga works for some, while others may find solace in something entirely different, like meditation, kitesurfing, or even mountain biking. For some, just 10 minutes of mindfulness might be enough, while others need longer retreats or other practices. The most important thing is to discover what brings you peace and joy. This search for happiness requires a particular mindset. You might come across many ideas or methods that seem to work for others, but remember, it's about finding what works for you. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. As long as you remain open and curious, you'll find the right path. Just like the placebo effect works, as long as you believe in it, your happiness will depend on how much you trust in the practices that suit you. Eckhart Tolle emphasizes the significance of living in the present moment. In his book, The Power of Now, he introduces a body-energizing exercise where you lie down and feel the flow of energy within your body. When Naval Ravikant first heard about this practice, he thought it was unusual, but when he actually tried it, he felt a deep sense of relaxation. This example teaches us a valuable lesson: sometimes, the things that seem odd at first can end up being quite beneficial. The key is simple: if something works for you, stick with it. If not, keep searching for what does. Another powerful way to master the art of happiness is by forming new habits. Small lifestyle changes like taking breaks from alcohol, caffeine, sugar, and social media can bring balance to your mood. Regular exercise is also essential, as it benefits both your mind and body. By stabilizing your thoughts and embracing healthier habits, you can progress on your journey toward happiness. While the path might be challenging at times, it's undoubtedly worth the effort. Remember, happiness is an art, something you can craft through consistent effort. Work on bringing happiness into your life, and you'll notice a transformative shift in your world. Happiness, much like wealth, grows over time if cultivated properly. Imagine you invest 1 Indian rupee lakh at an interest rate of 10%. With simple interest, you'd earn 10,000 Indian rupees every year. But with compound interest, your money grows exponentially, and over 30 years, that 1 Indian rupee lakh could become 17.4 Indian rupees lakh. This principle of compounding applies not only to money but also to relationships. The longer you invest in relationships, the more trust and value you build, much like how compound interest works in finance. Think about why top CEOs and successful investors manage huge sums of money. They aren't just hardworking and talented, they are trustworthy. They've built long-term relationships with people who trust them. It's the result of years of proving themselves, showing that their identity is rooted in reliability. In personal relationships, the same concept applies. After working with someone for 5 to 10 years, you naturally build trust, which makes collaboration easier and more fruitful. Trust is a powerful currency, just like financial wealth. If you've been working on something for years but find that it's not yielding the expected returns, it's essential to reassess your situation. For instance, if you're pursuing a course of study that doesn't align with your goals or future plans, it might be better to leave it behind. Continuing down an unfruitful path not only wastes time and energy but also robs you of opportunities to invest in more meaningful endeavors. The principle here is clear: make wise investments in every area of your life, whether it's money, time, or relationships. Long-term investments in relationships pay off in the form of trust and support, which are invaluable to personal and professional success. Similarly, be cautious with your financial decisions. Let go of things that don't serve your growth and focus on what truly adds value to your life. Real wealth is not just about money, it's about the relationships you build and the identity you cultivate. Happiness is another concept that we hear about often, but do we truly understand it? According to ancient philosophies like Taoism and Buddhism, happiness isn't something that happens to us, it's a result of how we think. These teachings suggest that happiness or sadness is less about external circumstances and more about our mindset. The world around us operates on the principles of cause and effect, and when we grasp this, we realize that nothing is inherently good or bad. Life is simply a series of experiences, like sound, light, or temperature. From this perspective, happiness is a choice. It's not about what happens to us, but how we react to the world. In essence, being happy is a decision, and we have the power to make that choice every day. In Taoism and Buddhism, happiness is not the same as positive thinking. In the 6th century BC, the Chinese sage Laozi wrote the Tao Te Ching, which greatly influenced both traditions. According to this philosophy, every positive thought or decision carries a hidden negative counterpart. For example, when we say we're happy, it suggests we were unhappy before. Similarly, if we call someone beautiful, it implies we consider someone else less beautiful. In both Taoism and Buddhism, happiness is seen as the absence of judgment or labeling, which extends to having fewer desires. When you desire less, you can accept things as they are, leading to a peaceful mind that isn't caught up in the past or future but remains fully present. The more you live in the present, the more content you become. Interestingly, even positive thoughts like, "I am happy," can disrupt our peace. Once we acknowledge our happiness, we may start worrying about how to maintain it. This desire to cling to the present happiness speeds up our thoughts and pulls us away from actually enjoying the moment. So, the idea of living in the present is, in essence, choosing happiness. You don't need to be a monk to experience this. Just look at young children. They live fully in the moment, without thinking about everything else in the world, and that's where their balance of happiness comes from. French philosopher Blaise Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." He believed that the difficulty in finding happiness is our inability to be still, to sit without distractions. Buddhism shares this belief, teaching that real happiness comes from simply being happy, often through stillness. Sitting quietly for 30 minutes sounds simple but can be very challenging because our desires keep our minds occupied. We often think that happiness lies outside of us, in material things. We believe we'll be happy when we buy a new car, earn more money, or find our life partner. This mindset sets us up for disappointment, as it implies we can't be happy until we get the thing we desire most. Why do we do this? Because our minds are constantly running, chasing after one thought after another. Buddha compared our thoughts to branches of a tree and our minds to a restless monkey that keeps jumping from one branch to the next. This monkey mind never stops. It's constantly thinking about things like, does my wife want a divorce, or am I taking care of my health, or did I upset my colleague? Our minds spend all day jumping from one thought to another, some about decisions, some about past events, and most about the future. We are truly in the present moment only when all our desires are satisfied, but that rarely happens. Although our constantly thinking mind is helpful for planning and solving problems, it can also be a barrier to our happiness. When a particular thought takes over, it becomes difficult to focus on the present. This creates mental noise, and combined with our daily stress and fatigue, it leads to unhappiness. The solution to this constant mental chatter is meditation. Meditation helps bring the mind back to the present. There are many forms of meditation you can try. You can follow Pascal's advice and sit quietly in a room, or learn meditation techniques from spiritual teachers. You can also practice walking meditation, where you focus on each step as you walk. Writing in a journal, practicing mindfulness, or simply saying a prayer can also be beneficial. Even something as simple as taking a bath can become a casual form of meditation, helping you stay present and at peace. As long as your mind is calm, you'll always be moving towards happiness. The key takeaway here is that happiness isn't something you find outside of yourself, it's already within you. When you center your mind in the present moment, you begin to experience real happiness. It's a journey, one that requires you to seek inner peace. Being happy is a choice. Choose it, and work to fill your life with joy. All you have to do is listen to your inner voice and pay attention to what it tells you. Happiness surrounds you, you just need to recognize it. True happiness doesn't come from external things but from a peaceful mind. When you bring your thoughts into the present moment, you step into the real world of happiness. This is the essence of the search for happiness. Both making money and being happy are forms of art. To master either, you need to make the right decisions. Whether it's about time or money, you must invest wisely. Trust the answers that come from within. If you ever feel uncertain, don't be afraid to say no. When you're confused about a decision, calmly and confidently decline, especially if the decision doesn't feel right. Investing in money can bring significant returns, but this principle applies to more than just finances. It also extends to your reputation and well-being. To find happiness, you need to live in the present moment and prevent your mind from wandering. Meditation is one of the best ways to calm your thoughts, bringing clarity and peace of mind. Besides meditation, it's also important to embrace and process small moments of discomfort or pain. When faced with a choice between two options, lean towards the one that may bring temporary discomfort. Often, the path to real solutions is more challenging at first but provides long-term benefits, while the easier path can lead to more significant problems down the road. You might wonder if you should always choose the harder option, but the reality is that enduring short-term pain often brings greater happiness in the long run. For example, exercising may seem difficult and uncomfortable at first, but the long-term benefits are incredible. In life, it's essential to make wise decisions and embrace small struggles because they eventually lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. This journey isn't just about earning money, it's about living a happy life. Learning to control your thoughts and stay present is the key to both happiness and success. When you make thoughtful decisions and experience life with awareness, you're not just building financial success, you're building a happier life. So, invest your time and money wisely, and you'll naturally find yourself heading in a direction that brings true joy and satisfaction. This is the real art of living. This concludes the summary of Money and Happiness. Friends, join our channel to continue reading every day. May you all grow and flourish. Many thanks to the universe.